Okay, before I go through these next couple pages of notes, I want you to hit pause right now and spend about 5 minutes answering these questions. So you have this page you're going to do, this page you're going to do, and this page you're going to do. So push pause and take 5 minutes to do these 3 pages. Okay, hopefully you pushed pause and were able to answer these questions. So the first one says, what are the coordinates of the point where the x and the y-axis intersect on a coordinate plane? Intersect means where they overlap. So let's draw. We have my y and my x where they intersect, where they cross. It's right there. Remember, that is called my origin. And the ordered pair of my origin will always be 0, 0. So the coordinates of the point where the two axes intersect is 0, 0. All right, the next question. A student graphs a point that is represented by the ordered pair 3, 0. In this ordered pair, what does the number 3 indicate? I am first going to rewrite that ordered pair and label it. Remember on our notes from Monday, we wrote that x, y, x always comes before y, just like when we sing in the alphabet song, ABCs, x comes before y. So the 3 indicates my x coordinate. Okay. Next one. A student will graph the point 5, 3 on a coordinate plane. What are the steps the students can take in order to graph the point correctly? Remember, when we are graphing on a coordinate plane, we are always starting at the origin. If you did not include that in your directions to get to the step or to the ordered pair, please add that right now. Okay, I'm then going to write down my ordered pair from my problem. I'm going to label it x and y so I know which one belongs where. So I see I have 5 for my x coordinate. So I'm going to go right on the x axis 5 places. My y coordinate is 3, so then I'm going to say then go up on the y-axis 3 places. I am going to underline some words in my statement that can be interchanged with some other words. So I could also say, starting at the origin, go horizontally on the x-axis 5 places, and then go vertically on the y-axis 3 places. also say, starting at the origin, move parallel to the x-axis 5 places, then go parallel to the y-axis 3 places. Those 3 statements all mean and say the same thing. If you need to pause to finish writing, that's fine. Okay. For some reason, this page did not print as well as I would like it to, so I'm going to go ahead and fill in some lines. There should be a line in between the 0 and the 1. There should be a line. Let me go down some. Almost in between the 0 and the 1. Going across on the 1. In between the 1 and the 2. On the 2. In between the 2 and the 3. On the 3. In between 3 and 4. All the way up. Okay. Let me zoom in a little bit more. As you can see, there is a line in between the 0 and the 1. That tells me that each space, each line is a half. So this is 5/10 or a half. 5/10 plus 5/10 is 1. If I add 5/10 to 1, I have 1 5/10. 1 5/10 plus 5/10 is 2. 2 plus 5/10 is 2 5/10. 5/10 plus 2 5/10 is 3. Okay, same thing going up. Between 0 and 1, there is a mark here, so that means this is 5/10 or 1/2 as well. They're going up by half increments. Okay. So I'm going to read the question, zoom out and read the question now. The graph shows 3 of the 4 vertices of a parallelogram VWXY. At which location on the coordinate grid could point Y be located? I first need to make a note of what a parallelogram is. If you remember from last unit, a parallelogram has 4 sides. It has 2 pair parallel sides. And opposite sides are congruent. If you did not write that down, please write it down now. Okay. You can always push pause if I'm going too fast. So now we're going to plot our points to see which one of them could be our point Y to make a parallelogram. Okay, so 1.5 or 1 5/10, comma 6 5/10. 1 5/10 is my X, 6 5/10 is my Y. So I'm going to move over 1/2, 1, 1.5 on my X, and up 1/2, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5. Just by looking at where the point A is plotted, that's not going to make a parallelogram. Okay, point B. 6.5 is my x, 2 is my y. I'm going over to 6 and then halfway and up to 2. If you look, point B is not on the same line as point X. That's probably not going to work because I need 2 pair of parallel sides. If I extend this, since these are not level, it is eventually going to overlap with these lines. To be parallel, they have to be the same distance apart the whole time and never ever cross. So point B is not going to be my answer. C, 6.5, comma 1.5. Going over to 6, going over to 6.5, over 1.5. Point C. If you look, point C is on the same line as X, which means those will be parallel to this. That line and that line will be parallel with each other. That's very well a possibility. Then we have D, 2, 6.5. Over to 2, up to 6.5. Same thing as A, not going to be an option. Okay, I want you to check right now. For D, did you go over to the second line, or did you go over to the actual number 2? Please make sure you're watching that. You can't just go over 2 lines. You have to see what each line value is and make sure you're going over the correct spot. My answer for that one is C. Okay. The ordered pairs below represent the location of 4 people. Paula is located at 7, 7. Based on this information, which statement is true? So let's first plot Paula's point. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for my x, 7 for my y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Labeling that P for Paula. Then I'm going to plot these points. Nathan. First is my x, second is my y. So I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. D, I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for my x and up 10 for y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wade, 7, 0. 7 is my x. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. My y is 0, so I am not leaving my x-axis. And then I have u, 1, 1. Over 1, up 1. Alright. So A says Paula is located 1 unit south and 2 units east from Nathan. So let's find Paula. 1 south, 2 east. 1, 2. Is that where I want to be? Okay. B, Paula is located 7 units east from Wade. So here's Wade. Gonna move over 7 east. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, these are down there. C, Paula is located 3 units south and 2 units east from Dennis. Okay. So I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3. 1, 2 for west. There's Paula, so that's a possibility. Then it says Paula is located 6 units west from you. Here's Paula, or sorry, here's you. If I go 6 west, 1, 2, 3, 4, nope, not gonna work. My answer is C. Okay. We zoom out for this. All right. So it wants to know which table represents the data plotted in the graph. It says 3 points are plotted here. So I'm going to go through there and check each one of them. So this one is 3 halves for X and 6 halves for Y. So right here, 3 halves, 6 halves. Does my X say 3 halves? Nope, that's wrong. Let's check this one. 3 halves, okay, that's right. 6 halves, okay, that's right. Next point, over 9 halves on X, over 12 halves on Y. Let's check. 9 halves, 12 halves. So far, so good. Okay. Then the last dot, 15 halves for X, 18 halves for Y. 15 halves, 15 halves. Oops, that's not right. So let's check to see if this one and this one's correct. So I needed 3 halves and 6 halves. That's correct. I needed 9 halves here and 12 halves. That's not right. Here, 3 halves, 6 halves. That's right. 9 halves, 12 halves. That's right. 15 halves, 18 halves. That's correct. You could also go off to the side and say 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 and write the ordered pairs. And then gone through and found which one of those matched. Okay, so today you are going to make sure you finish this assignment from Monday. If this assignment is not done today, it is homework and it is due Monday when we start class. You may use your notes to help you on this assignment. Once you finish it, you're going to put it in your number slot over there in the back, on the back table. If you have lost yours, there are more on the front board. Once you finish that, you're going to work on this assignment. There's a couple pages. Once you finish this, if there's more time, you'll be on iReady Math. Remember, when you're working on iReady Math, you have to show your work. So you need your station journal out to show your work while you're doing your iReady. I hope y'all have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you again Monday.